Well, I don't know what you guys took out of that. I have a whole page full of notes here, and I think my favorite one is all the best ideas come in the bathroom. I don't know if anyone else, that stuck out to anyone else, but that was pretty spectacular. And in all honesty, I loved what Joel said, that failure is not a bad thing. It just shows you how to not do a thing. It's so good. I think we fear failure, and I love knowing that failure is not to be feared, that we can grow a lot through that. So thank you again, Joel, for just imparting so much to us here to start the morning. And now I'm really excited to bring to the stage Erin Cell, who had just a brief opportunity to visit with this morning. She's incredible and funny, and you are going to love her. She comes to us from Denver, and we're super thrilled that she made the trip to be with us. She's a social media strategist, consultant, and speaker who is passionate about helping businesses understand the power of social media. She's helped thousands of business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives improve their online presence while saving them time and money. She's been featured on Entrepreneur on Fire, Solopreneur Hour, and other premier podcasts. She's a featured contributor to socialmediaexaminer.com, the world's largest online social media publication, as the creator of Social Media Day Denver. So I think that's pretty spectacular. Denver, pretty substantial sized city, and Erin created the Social Media Day Denver. Pretty incredible success there. Erin's brought together hundreds of business owners and entrepreneurs to discover how social media can propel their business to new heights. So please welcome Erin as she tells us about Insta success, the power of Instagram.
Sorry, I have to set those down.
Can I help you?
No.
Okay.
Instagram, yay. So everybody has to take a picture with this, right? Yes. Yay. All right. So one of the first things I like to do whenever I speak is start with a selfie. So is everybody ready to do a selfie for Instagram stories? All right. I need energy for this, right? Yeah! Woo! Social Media Week, Coeur d'Alene. Okay, I'm going to download that and save it to doctor it up later. So, hi. I'm excited to be here, guys. I've never been to Idaho either. So, yesterday we went to the lake, and it is beautiful here. Love it. So I am Erin Cell with Socially Powered, and as Rose said, I actually created Social Media Day Denver. Kind of the story behind that is I had been in social media and seeing all these other cities doing Social Media Day events and realized that Denver didn't have anything, and I said, when I first started my business, basically I said, what the hell, why don't we have something? We're a big city, why do all these other towns have something? And I said, if somebody doesn't do it before me, then I'm going to do it. So, here's a little background of the story of Social Media Day. This was our first year. I started it with a group called the Colorado Women in Social Media, and we had about 50 people at our first event. We did basically a panel, and then we had a happy hour networking party afterwards. It was, kind of small. The next year I said I wanted to do something bigger, so I actually told Joel that he had to not go to San Diego because he had been going to San Diego for a few years. I said, you have to stay in Denver because you live in Denver, and so you have to come to Social Media Day Denver. So we did Social Media Day Denver, and I took it from about 50 people to about 200 people. And Joel was our opening keynote. We had Kim Garst there, we had Brian Kramer there, Andrea Vall, Mia Voss, I'm like, who else? Michael O'Neill. We had a ton of people and a ton of fun. And so then last year we did it again, and we grew it even more, and we had about 250 people there. JLD came in. We had Brian Fanzo, Chris Strub. Do you guys know who these people are? Some of them? Okay. Well, anyway, it was fun, and we're planning to do it again this year, only we are not doing it in June. We decided to move our social media day to the fall. So if anybody's, feeling like they want to take a trip to Denver in October, it's beautiful weather. The event's going to be October 5th, and you can find out more at, socialmediadaydenver.com. So today we're going to talk about Insta success. Who's on Instagram? Awesome. Who loves Instagram? Okay. It took me a while to fall in love with Instagram, but now that I'm there, it quickly became my favorite platform. So today we're going to talk about why Instagram is important for businesses, how to create compelling bios and captions, how to find the right hashtags for your business, how to engage and connect on Instagram, and some tools and resources. So why Instagram? Because it's fun. I mean, who doesn't like scrolling through their Instagram feed and seeing pictures like this? It just makes me happy. Okay, so Instagram is the third most popular social media platform, obviously behind Facebook and YouTube. There's over 1 billion active users, and 50% of them log in daily, so that means over 500,000 people are checking in on Instagram. And I think the average time, I should have looked this up, but it's somewhere around an hour and 20 minutes, I think. 80% of the people on Instagram follow businesses, so if you are a business and you aren't on Instagram, you should consider it. 75% of people buy through Instagram. So, show of hands, who's actually bought from an ad they saw on Instagram? I know I have. Too many times. So there's 25 million businesses on Instagram and only 2 million active advertisers. So the thing there is that you need to take note of is the fact that if you're a business on Instagram and you aren't doing advertising, there's a ton of space for you because only 2 million active advertisers. So people pay attention because you're more likely to be seen there than you are on Facebook, that's for sure. And just FYI, you guys don't need to take pictures of this unless you're like, I need this right away. I'm going to share the slides so you guys can all have these. So, okay, who knows the most popular hashtag on Instagram? Anybody?
Insta good?
No? I'll give you a hint.
Love.
Love. Hashtag love. So 1 million images are uploaded on Instagram daily. 1 million. Crazy. And I mean, all of these images I took from the actual Instagram feed. So you can see, I mean, some of them have like 1.3 million, 617,000, 23 million. So I'm sure you guys are thinking, well, that's great, Erin, right? But I'm not Instagram with, I don't even know how many millions of followers they have. I'm a small business. So how can I use Instagram for my business, right? So visuals are a universal language. And sorry, I kind of got ahead of myself there. I have some stats for you in a second. So Instagram, these are more Instagram images. So this one you can see 941,000 likes on that image. This image, which I just thought was again cute, over 1.5 likes on that one. Visuals communicate your message 60 times faster than words alone. So you want to make sure that you're using images that go along with your business. And this is what I was talking about with smaller accounts that can still get good engagement, likes, So this is actually a picture of Denver. They were actually a sponsor at Social Media Day last year. Shotzer. They have a little over 3,700 followers, and this picture got 192 likes and 12 comments, which isn't bad, right, for that size of an account. And actually, when they posted this, I think their follower count was a lot lower. I updated the slide. This one was actually a post that I did on Social Media Day. We had a charging station because, you know, as we all know, it's Social Media Day. You're tweeting and taking pictures and all that good stuff. So we only had 661 followers. We had 121 likes and 11 comments on this. And then this last one, Good Vibes Only, another sponsor of our event, Creative Circle, with about 4,000 followers. They had 154 likes and 10 comments. So it is possible. You don't have to have millions of followers to get a decent response on your Instagram images. So here's a quick little video. This one has over 7 million views and 7,000 comments. So if there's a way that you can incorporate video into your Instagram feed, it is highly, highly recommended. People spend 5 times longer watching videos than they do, you know, just scrolling through their feed looking at images. Here's another video. This one has over 12 million views. And it helps that Instagram shared this out, right? Like if you can get picked up by Instagram. So over 12 million views and 21,000 comments on that one. So I said 75% of the users on Instagram actually buy on Instagram. So here's kind of the process that they go through is they search, right? They are scrolling through, they search. Then they share it with their friends and say, hey, do you think this looks cute? Should I buy it? And then what do? They buy. So moving on, I'm going to go into the 4 main features of Instagram. However, I'm not going to talk about one of them because I believe somebody else is talking about that later. So obviously I'm going to talk about your regular feed on Instagram. I'm also going to talk, well, I'm not going to talk about stories because somebody else is. I'm going to touch on Instagram Live, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about IGTV. So first, let's start with Instagram Live. And I have a prop for that. So on Instagram Live, you can do this dual feature, like you see here, where you can bring somebody on. So if you don't maybe feel like you have enough to talk about on your own, or you've got somebody else that you work with, you can bring them on to kind of help ease that. I know a lot of people are a little bit scared of going live. Have you guys gone live on any platforms? Okay. I ain't scared. So the prop I have here is if you're going live on Instagram, one of the things you might want to do to help promote your business, because you can't really type stuff in, so you can like show your hashtags if you want people to be using your hashtag. So this is just a cute little sign I got off of Etsy for 20 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. So these are just some tips for going live. Pin your title, and you do that, as you can see, Sue B, who Joel mentioned in his talk. I actually learn a lot from Sue B. You want to make sure you have good lighting and audio whenever you're going live, and that obviously goes for all Facebook Lives or any video that you're doing. You want to make sure you have good sound and people can see you. You want to be sure when you're getting on your live is to ask people to invite their friends to join them, and you do that. Is there a pointer on here?
Yes.
So you do that by that little thing there and ask them to share it with their friends. ask questions. So they added this little question mark here so you can have them submit questions to you so that it gives you more to talk about while you're on your live. And then obviously ask them to hit the like, because that helps you as the presenter on the live know that people are digging what you're talking about, and just helps with that interaction and engagement. Yeah, there's a ton of other things that you can do, like ask them where they're coming in from, what's their name, what's their biggest tip. You want to make sure you're having that interaction and engagement with the people that are watching your live. And then pro tip is block the trolls. I don't see it as much on Instagram as you do on, say, Periscope, which I haven't been on Periscope in a few years. But Instagram, I feel like people are nicer on Instagram for some reason. So you don't necessarily see as many trolls, but if you do, just block. You're out of here. Okay, so let's talk IGTV. So I don't know if you guys know this, but they just announced horizontal is now available for IGTV, so you can have horizontal or vertical video. It's still recommended that you use vertical versus the horizontal. So when you're getting your video together, you want to make sure that you have an aspect ratio of 9:16. For it to appear right on your app or on IGTV. And there's actually a tool that Joel shared with me. Is it Videorama? So like I created a video, and I'll show you guys in a second, but created a video in iMovie, and when I went to upload it, it looked right on iMovie, but it didn't upload correctly. So you can use this app called Videorama, and it it took maybe a minute to convert it, and then it looks perfect for IGTV. Dimensions for your cover image are 1080 by 1920. I will say there are some formatting issues that you just need to make sure that you're like putting if you have your title and words or images or whatever you've got on that cover image so that it fits and shows up correctly. So you might have to play with that a little bit. So IGTV videos are anywhere from the short end, 15 seconds, up to 10 minutes. Cover image, 1080 by 1680. And then the pro tip here is to toggle, there's a toggle button that you can post this to your feed as well as IGTV, which will help you get more eyes on your IGTV video. So basically what it does is it puts it in the square and post it to your feed as well. And then from there you can share it to your stories. So you've put it in 3 places, and you can also toggle to share it on Facebook. So then you've got 4 places in one post. Okay, so this is a quick video I did for IGTV. And you can hear it.
Hello, hello. It is Erin Cell here with Socially Powered, and I'm excited to tell you guys that I will be speaking next week at Social Media with Coeur on Instagram success.
Can you hear?
And
Kind of.
in that training, I'm going to be talking about, of course, all things Instagram, but also IGTV. And so I thought it would be fun to share with the audience there a real life IGTV video and walk everybody through how it's done, how you get started on IGTV, and how to post. So here you go. Here's a hands-on tutorial. Let me know what you think.
Okay, so there are 2 ways that you can get into IGTV. You can either use the regular Instagram app, or you can use the actual IGTV app. So I'll show you through Instagram how you get there. So you will go to your home, and then up here in the top right corner, you'll see the little TV logo. So you'll click that, and there you are in IGTV. So if you wanted to upload a video to IGTV, you hit the little plus sign, pick your video. So you'll click next, and your video shows up there. You can also see how long it is. It says 43 seconds. You're going to want to add a cover image for this. So we've got this getting started with IGTV cover image that I created. And we'll click next. And we're going to put a title on this.
Getting started with IGTV. Training for Let's Do Social Media Week CDA on IGTV.
So we do want to make sure that we post a preview for this on our profile. Oh, and we can't do it because the video is not long enough. Okay, so now I'm going to show
The
you
video has to be
how
at least a minute long
upload
in
from
order for you
the
to
actual
do the preview.
IGTV app. So there's the app. Opening up, and you can tell it looks very similar to what we were just looking at. So basically, same thing here. We just click the plus button. We're going to go ahead and allow it to access our videos. And I've got the full video with the cover already there. So we're going to click next. There we go. We're going to go ahead and pick that cover image so that it looks good. And click next. And we're going to do the same thing. When you are posting to IGTV, you want to be sure to have a good, compelling title and a very detailed description. So what I recommend you do is actually pre-plan your title and description in either email or notes or whatever you use, and then copy and paste it into the description so you don't have to write it once you get into the app. So I've already done that, and I'm just gonna copy and paste these and paste. And so you can see here what I've done is I've got a good detailed video title, getting started on IGTV, and then I've got a short description of the content with a call to action to subscribe to my Instagram channel, along with a free template that I'm giving away, which is, you know, a list building opportunity. And then it's recommended that you limit your hashtags to about 4 to 5. So there you go, and that's what I recommend for your title and description for IGTV. And then we want to make sure we've got the post to preview, and we're going to make this visible and then simply click post.
Okay guys, I lied. There's actually 3 ways. 2 on the actual phone, and then you can actually upload to IGTV on your desktop. So simply go to your Instagram account and then go to your profile, and you'll see down here you've got your posts, IGTV, and then you can upload your video from here. Simply click upload, find your video, which mine is here. So I'm going to drag and drop that there. There we go. We've got our cover.
IGTV. Getting started. Training for Social Media Week. Link on IGTV.
Post a preview. Where do we want our video to appear? On IGTV and on your Facebook page if you want to do that, and why wouldn't you? And then simply click post.
So that's IGTV in a nutshell. Pretty self-explanatory. And IGTV is actually, I think it's starting to take off more. When it first started, I feel like people are kind of like, oh, it's just another, you know, feature of IG or of Instagram. But I do think that more and more people are starting to use it and watch on there. So now let's talk about hashtags for your business. So I pulled this from Social Media Week, CDA. Yeah! So these are the top and recent, and in case you guys don't know, you can easily search in Instagram for your hashtags and then go follow specific hashtags that you want to make sure you're seeing. So one of the best ways to figure out what hashtags you should be using and making sure to include in your feed is by spending time in the top 9 and the Explore tab. So, this is the top 9. So basically what you can do once you're in here is look at these posts, see which ones stand out to you, which one grab your attention, and then go click into them and look at what they're putting in their description, look at what they're putting in their hashtags, and see if there's a way that you can take those and use those in your own business. And this could be for, obviously I did the SMW CDA, but it could be for social media marketing or Instagram tips or flower shop, CDA, whatever your business is, go follow those hashtags, and we're going to talk more about diving deep into the hashtags. So pay attention to what grabs your attention. Look at the lighting. Are there people in there? Are they doing images of actual products or places or what it is? And then what stands out to you and what you like is potentially what your followers are going to like as well. As I said, what hashtags are they using? So drill down in your hashtags. So you may be using, hashtag artist, but what kind of artist? So you're a lettering artist. Even further down, you are a watercolor lettering artist. And then the last thing you would want to do is where are you located? So it could be Idaho, it could be Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, watercolor lettering artist. Idaho watercolor lettering artist. So think about that and how you can use that in your business. And then this kind of goes back to the IGTV, and what I was saying is hold up your sign so people, because you could say it, hashtag whatever. You should probably say it and show it if you can. The more times you can tell people what your hashtag is, the more likely they are to use it. Another good thing to do in IGTV, in lives, in anything that you're doing is use that, or have the people that are watching you use a specific hashtag in the comments, so that way you can go track that later, or potentially go like a certain picture in your feed, so that way you can start those conversations offline, which we'll talk about when we talk about the actual Instagram feed, which I believe is next. So create a compelling bio and captions for Instagram. So who has the new Instagram profile? Do you know? So here's the normal profile, right? And then here's the new one. So, it's minor differences between the two, but the main thing that Instagram is trying to do here is focus less on your followers and more on the person. So you can see on the profile on the right, the old one, your followers are prominent, and now it's kind of hidden down in the profile. So I still haven't got the new one on my business page, or actually most of my pages, so it's rolling out slowly. So let's talk a little bit about your profile bio. So you can see here, this is actually the profile on the left. He's not here today, but this is a weird little figurine owl that I have. He's a ceramic figurine, and he has his own page. Normally he travels with me wherever I go, and we take pictures, and he's really fun. His name's Biggie. It's a long story, but I forgot him at home, and I'm super bummed that he didn't come on this trip. But anyway, so you can see Biggie is his name. Biggie travels, and I've included hearts and places that he's been. He's got 89 followers for an inanimate object but basically, look at the one on the right. That's actually my profile, and it says in the very first thing, the social media strategist, and that is where you're able to say what it is that you do. So I could potentially put my name there, but I'm it's my business, so I don't have that there. I do have it in my actual personal profile. But then what you want to do in the actual bio, and I always say include emojis just because I think it livens up your profile. And the main thing about Instagram is, you know, it's not like LinkedIn. It's not boring and business. I mean, it is business, but it's fun. And you're able to show your personality with Instagram. So I always use emojis. So you can see here, you know, I've got the little rocket ship, which is my thing with my company, Socially Powered. So I say power up. So I use the rocket ship all the time. You know, I help small businesses power up online. I'm a speaker. I provide tips and tactics for social media, tools. I love networking, branding, and then, you know, I connect to my @Social Media Day Denver because I want people to know that Socially Powered is part of Social Media Day Denver. Social Media Day Den 19. I highly recommend putting hashtags in your profile. However, you want to make sure that they're not generic hashtags. So like I would not use social media or social media strategist or social media marketer in my bio. I would use Social Media Day Den 19 because that's specific to me and my business. I thought I had actually changed this. In fact, I think if you went and looked at my profile right now, it does say SMW CDA because I'm here. So if people are searching for hashtag SMW CDA, then I potentially show up on that search. The last thing I want to say here is the Let's Connect. So in Instagram, you only get one link in your bio. A lot of people change it out all the time. I leave mine the way it is for the most part. I will say I change it every now and then, like when tickets go on sale for Social Media Day, I may change that to buy tickets for Social Media Day instead of going to my website. But right now I use what's called Linktree. It's linktr.ee. to set that up. It's a free service, and what it does is it allows you to connect to everything, like basically anything you want to add there that's a link. So you can put your Facebook page, your obviously Instagram, they're already there, your LinkedIn, your website, if you want to take people to pricing, if you want to take people to services, to your blog, wherever it is that you want to send people, you're able to customize that. And it's free. So it's nice because it allows you to send them to more places than just the one that Instagram offers you. Okay, so Insta profile. So your image for your Instagram profile should be at 110 by 110. Here's another great example. Who knows Marie Forleo? What? Only one? 2 people? Oh my God, I love Marie. So anyway, Marie is an entrepreneur, and so you can see here, she does very much the same thing. So she actually just, she hasn't even launched her book yet. I think it comes out in the fall, but her first thing there is her hashtag everything is figureoutable, which is one of her sayings. And then, you know, it's got the pre-order, what she does, host of hashtag Marie TV, the Marie Forleo podcast. I'm surprised she didn't tag Oprah, but, and then her link is to buy her book. But so you can see she's using the hashtags that are specific to her, including her emojis, and then she's got a nice profile picture that you can easily recognize her. So use keywords in your subtitle as well, so you can see there, and hers it's Marie Forleo Entrepreneur. And then brand logos are okay as long as it's recognizable. So, I mean, a lot of times somebody will have a brand logo that it doesn't make sense, it's hard to read, especially when you put it in this small little, you know, circle that you get with Instagram. So just be aware of your brand logo and if it makes sense to use it or if it makes more sense to actually use an image. And it could be your product even. Okay, so there are 3 different types, oh no, I'm sorry, wrong thing. Types of posts. So there's, I think there's like 5 or 6 different types of posts that you can do. So a spotlight post or a highlight post. Announcements, so announcements of events, launches, workshops, new products. Education, so if you're training somebody how to do something. Video teasers, if you have a new video coming out, you could do a video teaser on your Instagram post. Step-by-step education, which is a little bit different than the first education. The step-by-step is very detailed. Like you want to make sure you're putting, like it would be more like if you were showing them how to do a recipe. And then user-generated content. Do you guys know what user-generated content is? Basically, that's if somebody in your community that follows you or purchases your products or services, and they share something online about your company, you can ask them if you can use that in your marketing, and that's user-generated content. So it comes across on any platform or marketing that you're doing as a more genuine piece of content, because it's not coming from you, it's coming from somebody else that says, hey, by the way, I mean, think about it. If you're looking for something and your friend says, oh, I really love this company or this product or this car, you're going to be more likely to listen to your friend than you are the company that says, no, this car's great. So these are just some examples. Like this is Mark Schaefer posted this. He was at an event with Mari Smith, and just showing that, like, supporting their friends. This is a good user-generated content example. So this was Berkeley Yoga Fest, found this picture and shared it of people at the festival having fun, And then this last one was Jay Bear promoting his latest podcast episode. So the next thing you want to do is create content categories. And there are a lot of these. So you can create content categories focused on tactical tips. You can create polls for your customers. Polls are great because people love answering questions and telling you what they think. Common questions that you get asked, you can answer those. Stylized quotes are very common and easy to do, and I'll show you guys those. Any upcoming blogs or video promos, so if you have a new blog come out, you want to announce that on all your social media platforms. Spotlights, as I mentioned, so spotlighting either an employee in the company, a customer. Video tutorials are great. Instagram updates, if you're in the social media space, you can talk about any updates on Instagram. Upcoming events, so you want to make sure you're promoting, if you've got upcoming events on all the platforms. Behind the scenes, people love behind the scenes so they can see what's going on, like how you make the cookies or how you make the donuts. In fact, I normally talk about him, and I didn't include him in this one, but we have a friend, and I don't know if you guys have heard of him or not. He's known for Snapchat, but Chocolate Johnny, he is a chocolatier in Australia, and he does like some of the most amazing behind the scenes of his chocolate company making chocolate. So if you are on Snapchat, well, really he's on all the platforms, but go check him out. He does some really funny stuff. So this is Jasmine Star, and she was promoting on Instagram her latest IGTV video. Again, I got Marie up there promoting her new book. And then Amy Porterfield promoting one of her employees. So these are just, great ways to get engagement. And I mean, obviously these are big accounts. So you're seeing numbers like Jasmine's got 50,000 views, and Amy's got 2,000 likes, Marie's got 24,000 likes. Obviously, as small businesses, we're not going to see numbers like that, but these are great ways to get engagement. And the more that you're able to focus on other people and tag and share with them, they're going to be likely to do the same, because everybody likes being featured and kind of shouted out. So, okay, here's some more content ideas for you in case that wasn't enough. So you can share stories and share stories from events you attend. So like I just did, a story at the beginning with us, yay, having fun. And so that's gonna go obviously on my stories, but I will be, of course, taking photos and videos and doing all kinds of things while we're here and sharing that on my feed and stories and all that good stuff. Cool people that you meet, that's always fun. Intro new team members or spotlight existing team members. Future plans for new products or services, especially if you can find a way to ask the audience or ask your followers what they would like to see from new products and services. It will give you insight into, what your customers are looking for. The blog or video promotion, things you are currently loving. You don't have to keep your feed only to business related things. You can share some of your personal life. In fact, that helps you connect with your audience more if you're able to bring your personality into your business. Something that happened this morning, if you had a great coffee, you might want to take a picture of it. Book suggestions, if you're an entrepreneur and you just read a great book, that might be something that you want to share. Travel suggestions, if you travel around and your followers want to travel, or you want to find ways to connect with your audience, and by sharing your personality, this is how you do that. Behind the scenes, as I mentioned, people like seeing behind the scenes, and then you could be just sharing funny one-liners or the latest meme. Okay, so I found these from last year's Social Media Week, Coeur d'Alene. Who was here for last year's? Nice. So that was Andrea Ball, Amanda, and then just a cool sunset picture of the moose. Okay, so aspects of a great post is the first thing you want to make sure you have is an amazing image. And then you want to add a value add description. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the different types of descriptions in a second. And you want to be consistent. And when we talk about consistency, it doesn't mean that you have to post 3 times a day, 5 times a day. It's really based on what you can do and what you can handle. We all know, I'm assuming everybody's at least into social media at some point, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here. But we all know there's a lot of platforms out there, and it takes a lot of work to try and post and be engaged and active on all of the platforms. So what I say is do what you can do. So if it's a post a day that you can do, great. If it's 3 posts a week that you can do, awesome. Just do what works for you, and then also be mindful of what your audience can handle. If you go from, I was posting once a week or once a day, and then you ramp it up to, I'm gonna really focus on Instagram, and I'm gonna post 5 times a day, and then you just see your follower count drop because your audience is thinking, well, now they're posting all the time. I don't want to see their crap all the time. I'm gonna unfollow. So just, if you see that happen, then you might want to rethink the strategy of how often you're posting. So do those 3 things and you should have Insta success. Okay, so first thing you want to do is find your image, which I recently started rover dog sitting. Okay, and I got this lovely little scratch from this sweet little thing. She's a puppy and she was a terror, but anyway. So find your image, find your filter. The great thing, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but so Instagram has their built-in features, but the thing is that you can actually move those around and delete them and adjust to find the ones that you actually like. There are certain ones that I use all the time. Nashville's like my favorite filter, so that's why it's right there in the beginning. So then edit with the tools. So they've got all kinds of tools in the app that you can use. There's also a gazillion photo editing apps. I'm not even going to go through them all because there's so many. But then you want to write your description, tag people, add your location, and then you can also, share to Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. So you can see here, you can post to other accounts, and then you can toggle on whether you want to share to Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr. And then there's advanced settings as well, which I'm not going to go in because I'm running out of time. So there are 3 types of Insta captions. The quickie, which you can see here. So this one is ready to rock and roll, and they've got 2 emojis. But the picture speaks for itself, and then it's just a super quick caption. There's the 1, 2, done. And this is from Stitch Fix, and they said, let shorts be the hero of your summer style, and then how do you style yours? So basically it's a 1 sentence kind of describing, and then the next sentence is a question, and it's hopefully going to increase your engagement on that picture. And then the last one is a microblog, and this is Sunny Lenarduzzi, who is killing it on Instagram. And you can see here, that is a full-on microblog, right? I had to screenshot it in 3 different shots because that was such a long blog. But basically, those are the 3 different styles that people are using on Instagram today. So you can kind of switch those up. You don't have to keep it the same all the time. That's what I've been doing lately, and it seems to be good. Sometimes you don't have time to write a book. Okay, so some pro tips. These are, I can't imagine not doing it this way, especially if you're doing the microblog style. But I say keep notes in whatever notes app you're using. So whether, I have an iPhone, I use Notes. I either write my copy and then just email it to myself so I can cut and paste it. I also make sure that I have different hashtag groups shared, or I'm saved on my notes, so I can just go copy and paste that, because seriously, who wants to write 20 or 30 hashtags over and over every time? No, thank you. Tagging, only tag people who make sense. Don't be spammy. I can't tell you how many times I'm on Instagram and I'm tagged in something that I have nothing to do with. And I always go, remove myself from that, but just don't spam people. Only tag people who are actually there. And then be sure to add your location. This helps you get found more if people are searching within a certain area, especially if you have a business that is a brick and mortar. You definitely want to make sure that you're tagging, if you're a flower shop or a restaurant here in town, you want to make sure that you're tagging Coeur d'Alene, so people who are looking are finding you. 5 features you probably aren't taking advantage of. Collections, categorize your favorite posts. Anybody use collections? So I love it because you can, if you're scrolling through and you don't have time to really dig into something, you can save it to your collections and then go back and look at those later. It's also a really great way for looking at your hashtags, or analyzing your hashtags. You save those to a collection. So say I save everything social media in a collection, then I can go back and look at those later. I don't have to be on it right then. It's also really good for inspiration too. You can look at what other people are doing and think, oh, I could do that next time I'm traveling somewhere. Voice messages via your direct messaging. So this just helps you save time. Versus having to type out whatever your message response is, you can just do a quick voice message, just like you do with talk to text. You can, instead of saving your close friends, so there's a way that you can do close friends on Instagram. Instead of it actually being your friends, you could save that as your VIP customers, so that you could send them special events, special promos, discount codes, and even tell them hey, I've put you on this special list. So that way you'll be notified whenever I have a sale or something special going on for you. And then the last thing is share posts to stories, and I'm sure you'll hear about this again, but it's a way to get more eyeballs on your images. So you can post your regular image on your feed, and then you can share that to your story. A tip here is to not give it all away when you share it to your story. Like, give them a reason to go back to your feed and look at that actual image and then like it and hopefully follow you if they're not already. And then the mute button. If you find yourself, that you're like spending way too much time on, I don't know, Marie Forleo or Amy Porterfield's, you can mute them so that you're not seeing their stuff and you have to like actually go look at them. That's good too if you have like clients or something that you have to be following them, but you don't necessarily want to see all their stuff. Okay, engage and connect, and I gotta go fast because I only have 5 minutes. Okay, so these are all from last year's Social Media Day Denver. Basically what I did was to connect with people in our community. I just started following them, reaching out. We were trying to get a food truck for our event, so I found this Chibby Wibbits, sent them messages. We ended up having a phone call. They came and served at my event. We wanted local influencers to help promote the event to their followers. We reached out to some local influencers, found this Julie Likes Food, and she promoted. We did like a combo giveaway. Chibby Wibbits actually introed me to Rocky Mountain Slices, so we had 2 food trucks, thanks to Instagram. HomePod Sleeves, Rocketbook, and Hey Mr. Media all sponsored our event via conversations that I started just from following them and reaching out and sending them a DM. So really, the gold is in the DMs. So I highly recommend, if you're not, connecting with people on the DMs, you should be. So Insta tools, there's Boomerang, Hyperlapse, and Layout. These are just different tools that you can use to make your posts interesting. So the first one, this is if you use stories features and then share them on your actual feed. So that was Review, or Rewind, Boomerang, and Super Zoom. And then photo tiling is a free app that you can use to make one picture look like that. You just have to be careful when you post it because you have to like post it backwards. Yeah, so it's kind of a pain, but it's worth it. Instagram free tools and resources. So like my IGTV cover I've created in Canva. It's a free tool. There's also word swag that you can use to create those quotes, the quote images. Super easy. It has like images and then you just put your quote on top of it. In fact, it even has quote suggestions for you. Okay, so it's all about the images. Snapseed is one of the tools that I use for photo editing. You could also use Snapchat if you wanted fun filters to use to share on Instagram. Tools and resources, almost done. Okay. Agorapulse and Planoly are the 2 that I use. I use Agorapulse for really all my planning. Planoly is just for Instagram, so I like them both for different reasons. Agorapulse, like I said, it lets me do Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. It's nice because it lets you see things visually. It also, I think it has great reporting for me. It also allows you to see who's interacting and engaging on your feed, which it's a little bit challenging on Instagram to make sure that you're responding to everybody who's commented. So I actually got to go to Agorapulse's headquarters in Paris this year, so that was fun. If you want to check Agorapulse out, you can. They offer a 28-day free trial. If you go to sociallypowered.com/AP, you can look at that. And then Planoly is the other one that I use. So it has a little bit, in my opinion, it's got a nicer layout, so you can see the images and see how it's going to show up on your feed. However, there's some other things that I don't like. You never find the perfect scheduling tool, but it does. It lets you plan, draft, discover, analyze, review, comments. One of the great things about Planoly is that you can connect it and actually sell products in there. So if you're selling products, then I would highly recommend you look at Planoly as a scheduling tool, and you can check that out, sociallypowered.com/Planoly, and those are affiliate links, so. I might get like $5 or something if you use that. So I do have a free template if you guys want to download it. It's basically got like a planning guide for Instagram. It's got some stuff with stories. Trying to think, there's a bunch in there. So if you want to grab that, you can go to, actually I think I changed it. And I didn't update my slide. I think it's sociallypowered.com/SMWCDA. I'll confirm that and let Phil know so that you guys have the right one, but I'm pretty sure it's /SMWCDA. So I know I'm out of time.
Wait, I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time? So it's sociallypowered /
sociallypowered.com/SMWCDA. If it's not, I'll just go change it. So just give me like 15 minutes. I'll go change it. I'm pretty sure it is though.
Okay, let's give Erin a big hand, please. And we've got about 9 minutes for questions, so there should be loads. The one question I was going to have, and I think you already touched on it, because there are a lot of photo editing apps. I mean, a lot, probably in the millions.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Canva and WordSwag. Those are like your go-to?
Canva, yeah, for sure. WordSwag, I have to grab my phone even. There's so many I don't even know.
Yeah, on our phone, Shelly and our phones, our folders, our photography folders have probably got 40 photo editing apps in it, and we use, what, 3 or 4?
So, I mean, on here right now, and I change and delete. So Snapseed, I have Facetune, ColourPop, Photify, Ripple, Photo Tiling, Pro HDR. There's some others that I never use. Spark Post is one. Videorama is the one I recommended for the editing on your IGTV. There's VSCO, Facey, Photo Funny. Oh, Photo Funny is a fun one. It lets you take a picture and like put it on like you could be like, put your face on a billboard in Times Square. Or like a street sign. It's pretty cool. So.
There are a lot of those apps, and you just kind of have to see what you resonate with as well, but the ease of use is obviously highly important. Let's get some questions. Come on, don't be shy. Here we go.
With the new algorithms, do you know how many hashtags you think should be used on a post? And do you also think you should be doing a few of those, like artist and the Idaho watercolor artist?
I would say it's a combination. I would say like 5 of the specific, basically I would say anywhere between 20 and 30 is a good number. I've also, I feel like everybody has different trains of thought on that. Some people say use 5, and then others say maximize it and use 30. So my thought is, let's say like 20-ish. And I definitely think that you should be using some that are very specific, some that are, the more detailed. Definitely include your location. I mean, you can see on mine, like I always include, like, my thing is hashtag socially powered, hashtag power up. But then I switch it up, I'll say like Denver marketing or Denver, Colorado, social media. Instagram tips, that's very generic. So I mean, I would say do a combination, like maybe it's like 5, 5, 5, and 5 of the different parts, categories.
Any other questions? Yes.
On the Linktree link that you use, do you see any real difference between having just the free version or having a more like branded to you type one?
I don't think I pay for it. I think honestly, I haven't looked at it in so long. I just set it up a long time ago, and then I kind of forgot about it because it just directs, to my different accounts and my website. I don't think mine's branded though. I'd have to go look. I don't think it matters unless you have like a specific reason for wanting it to be branded.
We've got another one.
I've heard before that you're not supposed to click the share to Facebook button, that it can like hurt your views or whatever the algorithm. Is that a thing, or is that
So I think, in my opinion, the main reason to not share to Facebook would be the fact that you don't want to share, you want to have your hashtags on Instagram, but you don't want to have them on Facebook. So, I mean, if you're going to do the share to Facebook, then you're probably still going to want to go take another step and go edit that post. So if you're doing that, you may as well just go post it directly to Facebook, where anytime you post natively to a platform, I think that you get better views and reach and engagement and all of that, versus using the scheduling tools. However, you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and I mean, unless that's all you do all day is work on social media for one business. Yeah.
Summer's got a question over here.
I was wondering what your timing was when you say you take some of your posts and put it to stories. Do you use them at the same time? Do you do a little bit of delay? What works best for you?
I think whatever works best for you. Typically, if I'm already in there doing it, once the post is done, then I just go share to my story. I don't think it matters on time.
I've heard in the past that some of the hashtags, if they have, millions, those aren't as good to use. You'll get spammed. I mean, do you have guidance there on if it has 2 million followers, it's probably not a good hashtag to use?
Yeah, so, and I actually just was listening to something by Sunny Lenarduzzi, and she was saying, and I wrote it down, and I didn't put it into this presentation because it was a lot, and I already had a lot for you guys, and I felt like I was already overwhelming you. But basically, she was saying, like, break your hashtags down into categories again of 5s. And so there's a site, and I can't remember what it is right now. If you come find me after, I'll see if I can find it. But anyway, you should have 5 of the group of hashtags that have a reach of over like 1 million, 5 that are in a group of like less than 1 million, like 500,000 to 1 million, and then it's like 100 to like 250, and then like 50 to 100. Or even less than 50. I have to look at the groups. But basically, yeah, so making sure that you're hitting all those different marks of reach. And then again, it's, then you've got the different categories of how in depth you go or how deep you go in your hashtags.
So we've got time for one more question. Remember, Joel and Erin, I know, will be at the Innovation Collective tonight at the reception. I would encourage everyone to show up. It's a very informal networking. There's going to be food, beverages, all that fun stuff at the Innovation Collective. One more question.
Hi. So I work for a university, and accessibility is something that we're focusing on in this next year and moving forward. And I just wanted to know if you have any pro tips or any apps that you're using right now to help make either Instagram TV or your videos more accessible to those who are hearing impaired.
So do you mean to the students or?
Just basically like our followers or viewers. Like one of the things that we have to do is add closed captionings, and I'm just, do you have any pro?
So you can do closed captions. There are tools. Joel, what's the one that you use? Splashio. But there's also, there's advanced settings that you can turn on, so you can add additional text for like visually impaired. So it will, I believe it reads whatever you put in that additional text description, so it will describe that image. Does that help? Yeah. Okay.
Can we give it up right now for Erin? Thank you very, very much.